It is always a dark day when a rider loses his life on the track. It is particularly painful when the rider is someone as young as Moto3 rider Jason Dupasquier, who passed away following a crash during Moto3 qualifying for the race in Mugello. He sustained severe brain injuries and was airlifted to a nearby hospital. Despite the best efforts of the medical personnel, Jason passed away on Sunday just as the Moto2 race was getting underway. Many have since suggested that the MotoGP race should have been cancelled following Jason's passing. MotoGP riders have now given their opinions on this. I'm your host Dillon Shelley, and first up on Moto World, should Mugello race have been cancelled after Jason Dupasquier's death? Ducati's Francesco Bagnaia began by explaining why the race should not have gone ahead. I asked to not race today. It was not correct for me. If it happened to a MotoGP rider, we wouldn't race. I'm not happy about the decision of someone to let us race after news like this. His teammate Jack Miller, however, had a different opinion. For me, I felt like racing. Jason was a racer at heart. I'm sure he'd have wanted the race to go on. It's the one thing we love to do, and it's the one thing we're good at. We have tragedies. We all know motorcycle racing is dangerous. You try not to believe it or think about what can happen. Miller, however, did not agree with one thing. I think I saw 10 fucking replays of the crash, and I think this is unacceptable more than anything. You don't know the situation. You don't know what's happening. 9-time world champion Valentino Rossi also felt that racing was the right call. It was very difficult because after what happened to Jason, the question is, why we race? Everything loses sense. I think anyway it doesn't make sense not to race, because unfortunately, what we do doesn't change what happened to Jason. He then explained why the type of crash that turned out fatal for Jason is difficult to avoid, especially in Moto3. The problem with motorcycle racing is when you crash and you remain in the track and the guy behind arrives. In Moto3, you make all 22 laps with 20 bikes together. I think it's very difficult to fix this problem, unfortunately. KTM Tech 3's Danilo Petrucci gave his suggestion on how to tackle the aftermath of such incidents in the future. I don't know. At least make a meeting. Share opinions and comments would be better. I didn't know him personally, but imagine being one of his friends. Fast feed. Honda's Marc Marquez pointed out that unfortunately he finished the race earlier than he expected following his crash in Mugello. He added that it was the worst thing for him because of course he needs laps and kilometers on the bike. He also accepted that he had contact with Brad Binder. He further suggested that it's a racing incident because specifically at that point on the track, similar crashes have happened many times before. However, if someone was at fault, it's him because he came into turn 2, just he didn't see Binder, added Marquez. Ducati's Jack Miller is not stressed at all about the possibility of 8 Ducatis on the grid in 2022. He added that it would be fantastic and he thinks they can provide a fantastic package for satellite teams. He further guessed that if there are 8 Ducatis, then his and Pecco's 2021s will go to one team and Johann Zarco and Jorge Martin's Pramac 21s will go to another team. Moto2 Championship leader Remy Gardner will be promoted to MotoGP next year and he will ride for KTM Tech 3. Remy is extremely happy that KTM have given him this opportunity. It's a dream come true for him. KTM Motorsport Director Pit Beirer added that it's a real pleasure for them to bring Remy to MotoGP next season. This is because they knew about his speed and ability for Moto2 and he has confirmed that potential. Prustel GP boss Florian Prustel, for whom Jason Dupasquier rode, has stated that they have to return to Sachsenring without Jason, but they want to honour Jason and race for him. Pramac team owner Paolo Campanotti has confirmed that they are very satisfied to be able to continue this project with Johann Zarco and Jorge Martin in 2022. He added that with both these riders they get along very well and with whom they are reaching excellent results. Ducati sporting director Paolo Ciabatti has also clarified that they will put at the disposition of both the official 2022 factory bikes for next season as well. Aventia's Enea Bastianini has explained that at the end of the warm-up lap in Mugello, Zarco braked very strange, very hard, and it was impossible to not hit him. Should the Mugello race have been cancelled after Jason Dupasquier's death? Let me know what you think in the comments, and if you liked this video, feel free to subscribe and check out my others for all the latest in the world of MotoGP.